they think that they're joining some temple, or they're joining some government.
That's right.
Or they're coming to, yo, we're just here to tell you that you're more. Now, be what your ancient forefathers and forefathers were, so we can fix this problem going on around here.
And that's religion.
And that's religion. Order.
Yeah. I got a question. What are the four broken parts of the circle representing?
East, west, north, south, earth, air, fire, water. Anything that has the energy of four. That's what those four things, because we're putting everything together. There's no secrets.
Correspondence.
Right.
The correspondence.
So that's just what it is.
Okay, I get it.
But then it's also this.
For his time. For his time.
Yeah.
4 means cube. 4 circles around 4 cube.
Okay.
For his time. We live in a cube. That's why the Transformers define the cube.
Yeah.
Why is there time on
The
our planet?
all-star.
Why are we on a planet? Why is there time on our planet?
Yeah.
We don't need to know time. Why do we need to know time? We don't need no time.
Yeah.
I'd never wear a watch. Every day I go
It's kind of
to
like a trap, you know?
yes.
And then
I'll tell you why you don't need
building
that.
all these apartments and putting us in cubes.
I'll tell you why the
Your
most
bed is a
important
square.
thing.
Everything is a square.
I'll tell you why you don't need time. Does the birds know when the clock strikes 12?
No.
Does the bird know when to go home?
Yep.
You
It's
know
just
when to go
instinct.
home?
They go by the instinct.
Exactly. You know when to
Instinct.
wake up in the morning?
I could train.
Even if no
Yeah.
alarm clock.
Mhm.
But the
I can
better,
get up the same time every morning without a clock.
that's right. But the big
But if I
reason,
start depending on the clock now, if you don't alarm one morning, then that throws me off for the rest of the week. You know, it's like it's a condition. It's like a phony kind of conditioning.
we
but,
are not keeping
But
time.
anybody can prove that you don't really need it, right?
We're not keeping time. We don't need to keep time on our planet. Our planet casts the natural time clock that is in us and in the planet itself. And it's cast by the sun rising and the shadows dropping. falling.
Yeah.
So something else is keeping time. We're not keeping time.
All that.
There's a manipulation with it that like the Greenwich, in England again, they have it's like, oh, if you buy like one of those watches that are so accurate, you know, they tell you about this shortwave radio station, right? Which is giving the signal from a certain point in England, and that you got to synchronize with that point in England. When it goes, it's gonna go. Then it goes. That's when you gotta press. Now you synchronize it. So the mind game and everything is being played, even from there, dealing with time.
But let me say something to you. Let me attach what you talked about earlier back to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's only one person on this planet that has vibration, and it's the black people. That's why they sing, they dance, and they're in Hollywood and they're celebrities.
The rhythm and stuff.
And that's why you talk about the slave masters. They didn't clap for no reason. The only reason why they clap and dance is because the vibration is in them. If they did not clap and dance, they'll all die.
And the pineal gland and the melody.
When you watch a basketball game and one starts to clap, what happened? Everybody starts to clap. Because it's a vibration that carries. Right? So naturally what I'm trying to say to you now is this, is that when you listen to some people sing, like the white ones, they sing, da 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 da.
And when you hear
You
the
said
brothers and
7 notes here.
sisters, yeah. It touches you.
Exactly.
Big time.
You know why? Because we have the power. Music could change a man's level. I could kill you with music. I would play depressing music all day, and I'll make your serotonin level will drop, and I'll make you depressed, and I'll play more and more until I control you.
That's why the church organ music there's a name for it.
That's why I said I was going to connect you back. Now, they know what they're doing when they play.
Walt Disney and all those shows, them they play that too.
Do you know why? Because everything that goes dun is dark. When they go dun doesn't mean the villain is coming. Doesn't mean something bad is about to happen. Something.
The Phantom of the Opera. The wizard is coming. The Wicked Witch of the East and the West and all this kind of stuff.
Exactly. So now, you know what you said that was so important is that
No joke.
there's different notes and keys.
That's right.
And 7 of them is probably key. Because the other 2 that resides at the end, the 7 is in the middle. When they in the middle, they're on a higher note that touches the 7 chakras in your body.
Yeah, yeah. And you know something too, like whenever you play a chord, right? There's always like this ghost chord. You can hear this ghost chord that comes up. There's a note that you can hear. That
You know-
you can't find it on a key, but once you play a certain chord, if your ears is tuned up, you can hear this another note. Yeah, they have a name for it. They have a name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you know that now the cell phones, they make little programs that make little noises that come out that you can't hear, but they could, some people hear, some people can't hear. It repels mosquitoes, it repels insects.
Yeah, yeah.
Subliminal.
It's on it's on an ultrasonic frequency.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
What it does though, it's those times when you're around a speaker and you hear that, like the phone's ringing,
Yeah.
but the phone's not ringing.
Exactly.
You just hear that thing, that.
And then you go, oh, my phone's gonna ring.
But-
And
but
it
it
don't
doesn't
ring.
ring.
Or sometimes just
Yeah.
before it rings,
Yeah.
you hear that,
Yeah.
then your phone rings.
Yeah.
But they have that tuned up to ultrasonic frequencies.
And all of that is them using our science against us, and then the phone rings.
Yeah, because I was learning about the ankh, right? They said that, I was learning about the ankh when they say you have on your ankh, when you have an ankh on,
Yeah.
it gives off an ultra high frequency. So there's certain dangerous animals that wouldn't approach you because they can't stand that frequency.
Yeah.
Right? And then when the French, when Napoleon went into Egypt or Kemet, he brought about 140 odd scientists with him, right? And then they stumbled on our electromagnetism and electricity projects that we used to work on, right? And then one of them came back and got credit for electricity, and that's what we call it voltage, because his name was like Voltage. His name was like Voltage or something like that.
Yeah.
But he got credit for that and got like a lifetime pension and all this thing
Yeah.
from Napoleon.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, their electronic science just went, just blew everybody else away.
But
Left
listen,
everybody behind.
none of that matters.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you that matters. And I'm telling you this, they have discovered fucking nothing great yet. Excuse my language. Because you know why? This thing is from a spirit.
Yeah.
This science-
we have it built in naturally.
Exactly.
It's in us.
That's why I told you they've
Yeah.
discovered nothing yet.
Technology, they always have to use technology. That's to be something outside them, to detect,
That's the
something to
only-
detect,
that's
metal
the only-
detector or whatever, right?
Yeah.
When we were just learning about the science, we could hold a honk in our hand, and it would be like, they have a GSR, they call it, like this galvanic skin response, lie detector, right?
Yeah.
Our skin can operate as a lie detector, so some of us when we're experimenting, they used to use an ankh and get the vibe of whether it's truth or not, right? But stuff like that we put down already can reach a different level.
And what-
But then when they come and pick up what's left, they go, how does this work? And then they make a machine out of it, a bigger machine, and say, well,
Just like-
it's got the same energy as the ankh. Oh,
Just like
it's
what
got
I'm
the same
saying.
energy as a pyramid. So you could put it in your bedroom and connect yourself to it and get the chakras going. They always build
But it's just like,
from the outside when we already have stuff
it's just
in
like
it.
the brother said, right?
Mhm.
Just like the brother said. It's like nothing.
Yeah.
That's why what we do all this saying, if I told you everything, you go back to sleep.
Oh man.
Because we've been in here about an hour.
Yeah.
And certain people in here could be sleeping right now.
Yeah, that's
And we didn't even start talking about nothing yet.
true.
We're just dialoguing.
Yeah, it does knock them out. You ever notice you're talking on some vibe with people and they start going,
Yeah, man.
they
But
start,
that's the high level
and
of
then
what
I
we
say
do
to
in
myself,
church.
okay, you know what? I think I kind of blow them circuits, and I just kind of start on the phone. You're like, hello, and you hear somebody snoring on the other end of the line.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I think
But listen,
I give them. They can
I want to say something very important.
Yes, Brendan.
And you know why, even if we come here and we talk still, we'll never get nowhere, like right now? Because we have spirit that we don't recognize that we need to tame. And even if we're here talking about good, it still comes out. We need to control it.
Yeah.
Because that's what they used to control us. It's not they find our planet. They found a great being with a great spirit that they could eat. And they stay on there eating. After millions of years, they're still here eating. And they love it so much they even interbred with us. Okay? So you have to understand what I'm trying to tell you is that there's a deeper science. You know what these guys fly their spaceships with if you believe in the higher beings? When you go in their ship, there's absolutely nothing in there. Because they fly it with the capacity that's within them, that's a higher spiritual accelerated level.
I believe it.
And no one down here, that's why we clap and we dance, because only us could summon the spirits. There's no greater priests than us. And there's no greater prophets than the black-skinned prophets.
Yeah, I know about Merkaba.
There is no
and
other
stuff.
prophets.
I know about stuff where we meditate and it's like our energy. Sometimes when people say, "Oh, I saw a UFO" or whatever, that's a brother that's traveling, and the energy shapes like it's a UFO,
Yeah.
but it's actually a brother that's just moving across. You know what I mean?
But that's what if you.
So
if
I understand a lot more than you might think I know on that level.
If you are your ancient foremothers and forefathers, right? Then all that stuff is natural.
Yes. Yeah.
That's not even nothing like certain things are not even deserving of validation.
Yeah.
Or even like dealing with. I mean, like majority of the things that we look at from a spiritual perspective, right? Everybody is secure in that. Regardless of what they call themselves, what group they belong to or whatever, right? We, them, whatever, whoever it is, they all have the spiritual stuff locked. The metaphysical, all that. But the component that's missing is law. Because law governs all events.
Yeah.
Even the spiritual events. So if we're going to gravitate on the frequency of spirituality all the time, and we don't want to deal with the law, which governs the exercise of that spirituality, we're moving backwards. We're putting the cart before the horse.
Okay.
And then this is why what the prophet brought was suppressed. Because he brought that part that we were missing, which is the law part.
Which train the spirit.
Which trains the spirit. And without the law,
Train the spirit.
without law,
Direct the spirit.
there's nothing, right?
For law is numbers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why they make you think like whenever there's an image of Buddhism, then they make it like they put an image of a priest or someone somewhere else who with a certain shaved head and a certain look, because in Buddhism it's very clear right off the bat that you're following a certain law. Yeah, okay, you call it a religion, okay, but a Buddhist knows that there's a law, there's laws in the universe, and what you try to do is be in balance with those laws.
Yeah, that's right.
Just like the sheep knows that this is how I tie my turban. And this is the only way that I'm going to tie my turban and nobody can tell me nothing. But he's going to say that's his religion though. But that's with him tying cloth on his head. But he's going to say that that's his religion.
Yeah, there's an order to the way that things are done.
Right, there it is, order again.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it comes down to. And we always get to the law part and then jump over that and go to some other stuff over here.
Yeah.
Even though that doing that is part of the order,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's just that we're so out of order that things just come all types of ways and we just have to.
You know why? Because the meat, it's not really an excuse really, but I understand why a lot of people don't show too much interest in stuff that do with law a lot, because and when it seems like it's religion and law, because there's so much things in the media that's like, oh, it's a free country, or it's free, or you have the right to do this and you have the right to do that, but the fake stuff, they're giving you like fake stuff, they're giving you like junk information to make you believe that okay, you can just do what